everybody, my name is Nathan, and I am the man with a cartoon obsession. When I started this channel back in 2015, my first video, not counting just me posting the original intro, was titled My Top 10 Lyrical Cartoon Theme Songs. And I did an instrumental list later on as well. Those lists suck, but if you want to check them out, feel free. I've been thinking about redoing my theme song lists for a while now, and the time is finally upon us. Before we get into that though, I would greatly appreciate it if you could take just a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more animation related content. My goal is to reach 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year, and I'm hoping we can make that happen. We're very close to hitting 500 subscribers, so let's at least try to do that soon. Here are the rules for this list. 1. My choices are based solely on the actual theme songs. The shows themselves won't be taken into account. 2. I'm not separating lyrical and instrumental themes this time. I'm going to lump them together into one list. 3. Remember that these are just my choices. Just because a song isn't on here, that doesn't automatically mean I don't like it. I either might not know it, or it's just not included because I had to cap it off somewhere. If your favorite cartoon theme song didn't make the cut, feel free to let me know what it is in the comments. Now that I got all that out of the way, let's get into my list of top 20 cartoon theme songs. Number 20.
PB&J!
Udaleo by Dan Sawyer, PB&J Otter. For those of you who have been watching the channel for a while, you might remember that I used a snippet of this theme in my previous intro. This will only be the first instance of that, but I did use some of my favorites in that intro, so you'll see more of those in this list. Theme songs for little kids' cartoons can either be very annoying or surprisingly catchy. There's not much of an in-between, and this one is in the latter category. It doesn't have many actual lyrics, but it does feature a lot of vocals that really capture my attention. This theme song has such a relaxing nature to it while also remaining upbeat. It's a fairly simple concept, but it's executed perfectly. You can't ask for much more than that. Number 19. The Pink Panther theme by Henry Mancini, the Pink Panther shorts. This is one of the most memorable cartoon theme songs ever made, and it's not hard to see why. Once you hear the first second, you already know what you're in for. An incredible jazz piece with an infectious rhythm and a tune you'll never get out of your head. This song was released in 1963, and it's still fondly remembered and used to this day. With that much staying power, you know you've done something right. Number 18. It's My World and We're All Living in It by Milo Murphy, Milo Murphy's Law. It's hard not to love Weird Al Yankovic. The guy always seems so cheerful and passionate about whatever he's working on. He provides the voice for Milo Murphy in this song and in the series. This sounds like a Weird Al song, not just because of his voice, but also because of the overall fun nature.
Look at that sun, look at that sky, look at my sweater vest, I look so fly.
The lyrics are a little silly, but it fits the tone of the song. Plus it has a great beat and solid backing vocals to add a little more flavor to an already palatable theme song.
It's my world and we're all living in it.
Number 17.
Our world's about to break, tormented and obsessed.
Fight is Won by Bad City, The Avengers, Earth's Mightiest Heroes. Superhero cartoons usually have excellent theme songs, but when you have a cartoon about the Avengers, the theme song had better be epic. Needless to say, Fight is Won does not disappoint. It starts out with a powerful verse, and it builds steadily up until the chorus, which is where the song really shines. Watching the action going on in the intro just adds to the whole experience. It feels like the video is accompanying the music as opposed to the other way around. But with a song this cool, that's not such a bad thing. Number 16.
tomatoes.
VeggieTales theme song by VeggieTales characters, VeggieTales. There are two different versions of this song. One involves more characters joining in, but I've always been partial to the original. Once you hear Bob and Larry talking and you see Larry come out with the sousaphone, you know you're in for a fun song. Yeah, it's a song about vegetables, but what else would you expect from a show called VeggieTales? Besides, anybody who can make a song about vegetables this catchy deserves some praise.
Broccoli, celery, gotta be.
From beginning to end, this song is a joy to listen to, and even more so to sing along with. There's never ever been a show like VeggieTales, and there's never ever been a theme song like this one either. Number 15.
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm your basic average girl, and I'm here to save the world.
Call Me Beat Me by Christina Milian, Kim Possible. This is another theme song that gets you right from the first second. The Kim Possible theme song has that 2000s pop music sound in the best way. It's fun, it's catchy, and I'd even say it's well written. The lyrics describe the basic premise of the show, which is always a good introduction to any series. And of course, it has that chorus that never leaves your head. This is one of the most memorable cartoon theme songs of the 21st century, if not of all time. That shouldn't be too surprising since it is for a Disney show and Disney is responsible for tons of classic songs and animated works. This is yet another notch in their belt.
So what's the sitch? Call me, beat me if you wanna reach me.
Number 14.
I am the stone that the builder refused. I am the visual, the inspiration that made ladies sing the blues.
Judo Flip by Asheru, The Boondocks. I'm not the biggest hip-hop fan in the world, but when I find a song I like in the genre, it usually sticks with me. Judo Flip has an infectious beat, and the flow on the verses is very smooth.
I'm the spark that makes your idea bright. The same spark that lights the dark so that you can know your left from your right.
This is another intro where it feels like the visuals are accompanying the music more so than the other way around, and again, it's not a bad thing. I've heard that this intro takes inspiration from the Samurai Champloo intro, and I can see the influence. Both theme songs are great, but I prefer the theme for the Boondocks just a little more. It has attitude, and most importantly to me, it has plenty of replayability. Number 13. Ed, Edd n Eddy theme song by Patrick Caird, Ed, Edd n Eddy. Whistling in songs can be annoying, but it depends how it's executed. In the case of the Ed, Edd n Eddy theme song, it comes off as playful and even cheerful. The tune is rounded out by the accompaniment of drums, bass, a little piano, and my personal favorite, the brass section. I love the swing-oriented style of this theme song. It's not a sound you hear a lot in cartoon music, so it helps the theme stand out. Every aspect of a song does, from the whistling to the instrumentals to that classic conclusion. Number 12.
Crashing through the crowded halls, dodging girls like ping pong balls just to reach the bathroom on time.
The Loud House theme song by Jonathan Highlander, The Loud House. There haven't been a lot of cartoon theme songs within the past few years that really sound like this. I love these rocking intros, and the Loud House theme song is one of them. It's fast-paced, it's high energy, and it has some killer drums and guitar. Since the show revolves around 11 siblings, you know that house is always full of energy. The theme song matches that energy and gives you a good idea of what to expect. The chaos that ensues in the intro proves that as well. I don't think the Loud House could have a more fitting opening if Nickelodeon tried. Number 11. The Age of Wonder Beasts by Vanessa Michaels and Keely Bumford, Kipo and the Age of Wonder Beasts. I'm kind of cheating here since on the Kipo soundtrack, the short version of this song that's used in the intro and the full version that's used in the final scene of the show are listed separately and credited differently. However, the shorter version is really just the beat drop from the full version, so I'm counting it. The shorter version is great on its own though, I have to admit. I I love the lyrics and the vocal performance on the full version. They add more depth to the song, and it also adds imagery. I always feel like I'm flying through the clouds while listening to this song. It just feels so light and carefree. Part of me wishes the vocal cut was used in the intro, even for just a few episodes, so it could add a new dynamic to the show's opening. Regardless of which version you may prefer, this is an excellent song altogether. Number 10. Sagwa the Chinese Siamese Cat theme song by James Gelfand. Sagwa the Chinese Siamese Cat. This song has been stuck in my head for many years. I love the instrumentation on this track. It's very fitting for the show, and it gives off a friendly and calming atmosphere. While I didn't understand most of the lyrics at first, the rough translation shows me that the song mostly says good friend or best friend. Since that's what the English line says, that makes sense to me.
Sagwa, you're the best friend.
There are other educational cartoon theme songs that most people would probably put over this one, like Arthur or the Magic School Bus. For me though, Sagwa's theme song reigns supreme. It encapsulates the whole tone of the show in some fairly simplistic instrumentals and minimal lyrics. Less can be more, and it pays off here without a doubt.
Sagwa, you're my best friend. Sagwa.
Number 9.
Up and down, my keys come to town.
Hey Hey Look Look by Beat Crusaders, Kappa Mikey. I'll be honest, I forgot about this theme song for a long time. However, when I stumbled across it again a few years ago, I remembered how much I loved it. This theme song is awesome. It has that iconic J-rock sound that you hear in a lot of anime, which makes sense because Beat Crusaders songs have also been featured in anime. Since Kappa Mikey is essentially a love letter to anime, I appreciate this theme song. It feels right at home here, and besides that, it rocks.
Hey, hey, look out in the streets. Don't you see the man is Kappa Mikey?
It has incredibly catchy lyrics and rocking instrumentals, which is exactly what I'm looking for in a J-rock theme song. It's safe to say that I'll never forget about this song again.
Don't you see the man is Kappa Mikey?
Number 8. Harvey Beaks' main title theme by Ego Plum. Harvey Beaks. It's interesting to find out some of the artists who perform on these theme songs. Ego Plum reached out to some of his favorite artists to perform the theme song for Harvey Beaks. Those favorite artists just so happened to be members of Oingo Boingo, Bauhaus, and Devo. 3 bands that were very prominent in the 1980s new wave scene. That sound is prominent in this song, but it's modernized and sounds fresh. The guitars, bass, and even sitar sound great, which is no surprise since they're being played by legends. However, my personal favorite part of the song has to be the synths and keys. That and the minimalistic vocals are what tied the song together for me. This is another theme song with a calming nature to it, and it's arranged beautifully. A lot of work goes into creating just about any piece of music, but when everything comes together like this with seasoned veteran musicians lending a hand, it feels much more magical. Number 7. Smells Like Cream Spinach by Christopher Carter, Batman Beyond. Batman Beyond is one of the darker and grittier superhero cartoons, and this intro showcases that perfectly. The visuals are ominous, and I can't forget to mention the dark tone of its industrial metal-esque theme song. This is a sound that was at its peak in the late 90s and early 2000s, and the sound fits the show's atmosphere well. The heavy chugging guitars and the turntables used on this track perfectly convey the dark and corrupt world that Batman Beyond takes place in. We still see darker cartoons being made today, but we don't hear this type of music being used in them anymore. If there's a style of theme songs that should make a comeback, I think it's this one. Number 6.
Life begins after school.
16 theme song by Phil Naro. 16. Ah, the days of being a teenager. You're old enough that you're starting to take on some responsibilities, but still young enough that you can relax a little and you still have the rest of your life ahead of you. This theme song perfectly encapsulates that feeling with its nonchalant lyrics and upbeat instrumentation. Not to mention the lyrics do a great job describing the average 16-year-old person's life. They do so in a catchy way too.
I'm 16, starting to find my way, got a new job, gonna start at the mall today.
I recently learned that the singer Phil Naro actually passed away in 2021 after a battle with cancer. Rest in peace, Phil Naro. You created a theme song that I always look forward to hearing whenever 16 aired on TV, and it's a theme song that has stuck with me ever since.
Gotta make the good times last.
Number 5. X-Men theme song by Ron Wasserman. X-Men. This is one of the most iconic superhero cartoon theme songs ever made, and it's obvious as to why. It's instantly recognizable, and it has an infectious rhythm. The tune immediately gets stuck in your head. Yeah, it may seem repetitive at first, but you'll instantly get hooked and you won't be able to help but hum along. There are a lot of great superhero cartoon theme songs out there, but this one has been my go-to for a long time. It conveys everything it needs to without any lyrics. It's been a staple theme song for many years, and it will continue to be for a long time. Number 4. We Are Witch by Marion Raven and Chelsea Soma. Witch. There are two versions of the song. The Chelsea Soma version is shorter and was used for half of Season 1. The Marion Raven version got a full release and was used for the other half of Season 1. Either way, this song was only used for the US version of the show. Plus, both versions are equally as good. They're identical musically and lyrically after all, they just have different singers. The song opens with an awesome riff and the rocking instrumentals pick up from there. The hook is infectious and the lyrics help set the scene for what the viewer is in for. Vocally, both versions are great. The difference in voices isn't as noticeable as the inflections on certain words.
There is a place where darkness reigns. We've got the power to fight back. We save the day, united five as one. There is a place where darkness reigns. We got the power to fight back. We save the day, united five as one.
Regardless of which version you prefer, this theme song is excellent. Witch's other theme song is fine, and it's more recognizable for international viewers, but in my opinion, this is the definitive theme song for the show. To me, it feels like it has more to offer musically, and I just prefer its rockier sound. It's been in my top 5 for a long time now, and I don't see it leaving anytime soon. Number 3.
Way back in the 1980s, secret government employees.
Master by Abandoned Pools, Clone High. If you want to talk about a style that you don't hear much of in cartoon theme songs, look no further than the Clone High theme. This is a style of 2000s alternative rock that was different than what you would hear from even other bands in that scene. The instrumentals are solid, but what stands out to me are the unique vocals. The lyrics to the song are descriptive, and the hook is incredibly catchy.
Loving, learning, sharing, judging, time to laugh and shiver and cry.
Assuming Clone High is still set to make a return, I hope they bring this theme song back. The show just wouldn't feel the same without this tailor-made intro. Number 2.
Here we are, going far to save all that we love. If we give all we've got, we will make it through.
A World Without Danger by Noam Kenyal, Code Lyoko. It was a toss-up between this and my number 1 pick. I've always loved the Code Lyoko theme song, but it keeps slowly climbing up my list as the years go by. How could it not? The chorus is recognizable and it's impossible not to sing along with. I also enjoy the effects used on the vocals when the singer says Code Lyoko, and the synths and keys lend themselves well to a theme song for a show that takes place in a virtual world. It all comes together for a memorable tune.
Code Lyoko, we set it all.
Considering that this song keeps climbing up my list ever so slowly, it may take the top spot on the next update should there be one. For now though, I don't think the silver medal is a bad prize for this song. Before we get into my number one pick, let's get into a few honorable mentions. Rugrats theme song by Mark Mothersbaugh, Rugrats. Silverhawks theme song by Bernard Hoffer, Silverhawks.
Wings of silver, birds of steel. Silverhawks.
Pooh Bear by Steve Wood, The New Adventures of Winnie the Pooh.
Pooh Bear, Winnie the Pooh Bear, looking for fun, chasing some honeybees.
Fly by the Wayside by Sky Sweetnam, Wayside.
Lights go up, the world flips upside down. I brought the party to town.
Ben 10 theme song by Moxie, Ben 10. If you've made it this far into the video and you still haven't liked or subscribed yet, please do so. Videos like this take a lot of time and effort, and any sort of interaction makes it that much more worth it. Now without any further ado, here is my favorite cartoon theme song. Number 1.
What's the Scooby-Doo? We're coming after you. We're gonna solve that mystery.
What's New Scooby-Doo by Simple Plan. What's New Scooby-Doo? If you watched my first cartoon theme song list, you would know that this took the top spot then too. Like I said, it was a toss-up between this and the Code Lyoko theme, but I just couldn't take What's New Scooby-Doo out of this spot. I don't like Simple Plan, but I adore their take on the classic Scooby-Doo theme song. If you grew up in the early 2000s, I'm sure you've heard quite a bit of pop punk. The genre was huge then, and Simple Plan were one of the more popular bands in the genre. They kept the fun nature of the Scooby-Doo theme song while modernizing it for a new audience. It has all the classic pop punk tropes such as simple guitar riffs, whiny vocals, and na-na-nas. It works here, and it encapsulates Scooby-Doo as well as that 2000s pop punk attitude.
Don't look back, you may find another clue.
I'm perfectly aware that a lot of my love for this song is due to nostalgia. However, I really don't care. This theme song has had a huge impact on me for 20 years at this point. This is the theme song I think of when I think of Scooby-Doo, and it's always been my main go-to theme song in general. Sure, I have other go-tos, but this one has stood firmly at the top of the list for a long time, and as of now, What's New Scooby-Doo has my favorite cartoon theme song of all time. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. If you have any other cartoons, anime, or other animated works that you want me to talk about in the future, please let me know. After all, it's not my channel, it's our channel. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and feel free to check out my social media pages, audition for an outro, and join the official Cartoon Obsession Discord. The links for all of which are in the description below. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you all next time.
Hey Bub, this is Wolverine, and I'm thanking you for watching Cartoon Obsession.